In July 2015, Ridouan Taghi's team suffered a major setback when several suspects were apprehended in the 26 Copper investigation. This operation revealed a hidden surprise, well concealed in a warehouse, an impressive arsenal of war ready to be used ruthlessly against all their rivals. Facing this discovery, Taghi's network was caught off guard and became nervous. Despite the security measures taken, they were completely baffled by their arrest, unable to understand how they had been caught in the authorities' net. Ridouan, the master of the shadows, sought to precisely understand the situation and the suspicions weighing on his gang members. This man knows perfectly well that silence is golden, because in this ruthless environment, anyone who confides in the police finds themselves facing a bullet. To maintain absolute control, right after the raid, Ridouan's confidence spared no effort in engaging the best lawyers. By the best, they meant those who would be ready to closely collaborate with the organization, while keeping them informed of the progress of the ongoing investigation. During the summer, confidential information about the investigation quickly reaches the top rung of the group, revealing that several lawyers have extensively leaked the indictments and the contents of the case files. These documents often mention the overwhelming evidence against members of the group who have not yet been arrested. Mario, also known as Piet, recognized for his influential role behind the scenes within the organization, is, for example, informed of the risks he faces.
You are wanted. I just saw your file in front of me. Your DNA was also found in the storage unit of the warehouse. I saw that file myself. I saw your photo and everything.
This situation reinforces the hypothesis that a leak of confidential information did occur. When a lawyer doesn't fully cooperate, they are quickly replaced with another, as was the case with the suspect Joad, also known as Book. His first lawyer was called a dirty dog and had to be immediately dismissed, and a replacement was hired just 3 days later. Furthermore, in general, the suspects cannot complain much because they often receive allowances of up to €3,000 per month during their detention, and their families are taken care of. In light of the information contained in the ongoing case file, Taghi's organization sets out to find those responsible. Their suspicions fall on a spy shop based in Nieuwegein, which had provided the equipment for the team to track their targets, including trackers. However, compelling evidence suggests that this store may have also passed information to the police, as indicated by the company's sales records, mentioning a bill of €6,900 during the 26 Copper investigation. This discovery perfectly matches the accounting entries found in one of the suspects' notebook, mentioning a sum of €7,000 allocated, among other things, for the purchase of surveillance trackers. While the team knows exactly which path to take, Ridouan, who is currently in Morocco, is not immune to the consequences of the 26 Copper investigation. Aware of the stakes ahead, he sends a message to his sweetheart.
I don't know if I'll see you again one day. I think about it every second. I'll see where to go. I need to leave this house, my darling. Honestly, it's better if they catch me. Then I'll have peace.
The 37-year-old man is deeply concerned after being informed that the Moroccan intelligence services are looking for him. In a message to one of his friends, he shares his worries about this delicate situation.
They speak about 32 murders and all those weapons. They just missed me by a hair. The king gave orders for those damn weapons.
Now under close surveillance by the police, his freedom is severely compromised on Moroccan territory, as the authorities there seem to possess more information than their Dutch counterparts. Faced with this critical situation, Ridouan decides to flee to Spain and seek temporary refuge there.
Sweetheart, I'm gonna go jet skiing and then I'll rent a boat. I'll let you know when I'm on the boat.
After a few hours of crossing on a jet ski, then on a Zodiac, Ridouan makes it clear to his interlocutor that he has just arrived in Spain.
I'm in Spain!
Upon his arrival in Spain, Ridouan is welcomed by one of his subordinates, who came on a motorcycle, and is taken directly to a house where he can freshen up. Once settled, he makes sure to inform his lieutenant Mao that he is safe in Spain, emphasizing not to disclose his new location to anyone except his brother Mario, known as Piet. In an unprecedented act of vengeance, a message presumed to be linked to Ridouan reaches Mao 3 days later. This message contains clear instructions for an attack using a bazooka against the spy shop while the employees are present. The group, surprisingly, renounces the idea of blowing up the spy shop with a rocket launcher for the moment. Instead, they make the decision to eliminate one of the employees using a more conventional modus operandi. To ensure the success of this mission, the observers, Murad and Ali, also affiliated with the monitored group 26 Copper, actively engage in regular contact with a person using a PGP phone, which is believed by the authorities to be assigned to Mario as an intermediary. In order to contextualize the situation, it is important to understand that the group named 26 Copper had been under close surveillance by the police for several months. This was due to their use of 2 stolen cars, on which the police had installed GPS tracking and audio recording devices. The gang members, needing to monitor their targets, visited the spy shop in Nieuwegein on May 26, 2015, which corresponds to the date mentioned in the notebook, where a sum of €7,000 was recorded for the purchase of a set of trackers and alarms. In addition to acquiring various gadgets from this store, the criminals also took advantage of a sweeping service, which involves checking for the presence of covert listening devices in their own vehicles. However, after the police raid a few weeks later, it was found that this service had not been properly conducted, which raised further suspicion within Taghi's group regarding possible collaboration between the store employees and law enforcement. On July 29, 2015, a significant development occurred as Ali re-emerged, issuing encrypted messages and discussing the concerning situation of one of his recently arrested comrades.
I understand, but I think Book was afraid that everyone would get screwed and that he didn't have the money to pay for a lawyer.
By mentioning the dreaded Joad, he should have alleviated any worries, as the organization takes care of covering the lawyer's expenses, as previously mentioned.
They do have strong evidence against them.
And now Ali is focusing on his new task, to identify the employee of the spy shop responsible for the alleged betrayal.
Okay, you have 2 old guys we saw recently for the sweep, and the old bald one was once a cop. Yeah, and the bald one. He has an SUV, a Porsche Cayenne car. He's the former little cop. Or the other older man we saw recently. One of the 2 is popular there, and the other is usually busy with small tasks. Usually, it's the former one we talked about earlier, the one who helps customers and probably talked too much to police because he assisted our guys.
It is important to understand that the spy shop is owned by two owners, one of whom is a former police detective. At the time, he owned a Porsche Cayenne and was significantly bald on the top of his head. This individual later claimed that a police officer had indeed visited his store to obtain a statement regarding the purchase of gadgets by two individuals from the 26 Copper Group. The spy shop was forced to cooperate with the prosecutor's request without really having a choice.
You have two owners, I know it well. That's what Book told me at the time. But yes, sir, the important thing is the one who helped our guys, he also recognized them. You understand? He talked and provided information to the police with the owner's permission.
It follows that the information must have been passed to the police with the permission of one of the owners. Ali even goes so far as to suggest that they could get rid of both owners in the worst-case scenario.
Okay, then both of them will sleep. No one should stay awake.
The second observer, Murad, takes his position.
Okay, sir. I'll do my best to quickly get into the routine of this owner. Okay, sir. I'll see if I can find a discreet spot to observe. This man will be removed quickly. A damn snitch.
In August, the surveillance intensifies as Murad chooses to fish on the other side of the canal, providing a direct view of the spy shop. He uses binoculars to watch the buildings in front of him. All of this coincides not only with the images captured on August the 10th, 2015, clearly showing Murad holding his fishing rod, but also with the testimony of a person who saw him sending text messages with both hands, as if using a BlackBerry, which strongly suggests the use of a PGP encrypted phone.
I'm standing here keeping an eye on things. These guys never respect the closing time. They always hang out a little bit longer. I'll park near him now, so I can precisely observe how he gets home.
Murad, conducting rounds around the potential target, notices that the observed individual is accompanied by a woman, around 40 years old, and a dog. A few days later, he continues his observations in front of the store.
Sir, the caddy also arrived with a dog. It's definitely the boss. I am now fishing in front of them in the canal. I saw his wife, who must have been between 45 and 50 years old, arriving precisely with the same dog he left home with. And it's the same story again. The Porsche is here, and the caddy too. If it's not the Porsche, then it's the caddy. Yeah, it's him for sure. We don't need to look any further. He's also here with his dog. He looks older than you. I would place him around 45 years old myself. He's most likely the one in charge. He probably first went out to walk his dog and then calmly returned to the office. I will now follow him to his home. I have already passed on all the information to the head, including his outfit and license plate number. I have also described his appearance.
Head is a name used to refer to the shooter, who, according to the justice system, is the presumed Geril Palm, a hitman working for Taghi.
Tomorrow, we must finish with this.
However, uncertainties persist regarding the right person targeted, which leads to calling upon Ali to come and identify the individual in question. Ali positions himself near the shop at a bus stop in order to promptly and definitively inform Murad of the correct person.
I showed him that we saw recently, to whom we gave money. Yes, sir. I showed him that older man, the one who helped us that day and recognized the boys. All right, sir. In any case, he now knows who it is. Give Murad 3 days to thoroughly examine everything, then we can move forward.
Thus, the person identified by Ali is not the owner, but simply an innocent employee of the shop named Ronald, who is 59 years old. Since Ronald was involved in significant transactions at the shop, the suspects assumed he was the boss by mistake. This completely puts into question the earlier observations made by Murad. Ronald does not drive a Porsche or a VW Caddy, but a Ford.
Sir, I feel really bad for making a mistake. I apologize once again. Now I know which car the boss drives. Tomorrow, I will follow him. He drives a blue Ford K, an older model. Tomorrow, I will send you the license plate, and everything will be ready.
The mission is taking a bit longer, as Ronald is not always present at the shop.
I will wake up early tomorrow morning, and first, I'll go and check out that shop.
A week later,
I went there, but he wasn't there. Tomorrow, I'll go as soon as they open. It's better, because I'll have a better overall view.
And the next day,
Hello, sir. I just wanted to let you know that I went there this morning, but he wasn't there. Tonight, I'll go to his place. I also informed Head about it.
finally the mission takes shape. On September the 7th, 2015, Murad rents a white Citroën C4 from a car rental company for the period from September the 7th to September the 10th. He signs the rental contract and provides a copy of his driver's license and ID card to the person finalizing the agreement. On the same day, September the 7th, a cryptic message believed to be attributed to Ridouan is sent.
Thank you. I hope that tomorrow this spying snitch will be finished.
The next day, the Citroën arrives at 7:36 a.m. in front of the spy shop and stays there until 9:12 a.m. without success.
Normally, he always arrives punctually at 8 o'clock. He's still on vacation. I went to his place. The man's car is in front of the door. I asked Ted what he wanted, but he doesn't respond anymore.
And that evening,
I have a good feeling for tomorrow. Inshallah, I have already set the alarm for 7 a.m.
Apparently, the liquidation was initially scheduled for September the 8th, 2015, but it was eventually delayed by one day. On that day, after leaving work in the evening, Ronald returns home to Hausen. Camera footage confirms the presence of a white car similar to Murad's Citroën in the vicinity. According to the tracking data of this rental car, it is evident that it headed towards Hausen around 6 p.m. Around 6:20 p.m., as Ronald parks in front of his house, a person dressed entirely in black, wearing a motorcycle helmet, approaches the vehicle and coldly eliminates the driver from a distance of about 1 meter before fleeing the scene. This person is believed to be the head himself, mentioned in the encrypted messages, and who was informed about the victim's movements, among other things, by the observer Murad. Ronald's wife hears the gunshot and looks out of the kitchen window, but doesn't yet realize what has just happened. After the liquidation, Ridouan reportedly added,
Look at the news later. This spy shop. They played a double game with our surveillance and installed micros and transmitters for the cops. But the message has been sent.
Paranoia reaches its peak within the camp, where some even believe that the spy shop was surveilling everyone on behalf of the police. The court establishes that the liquidation of Ronald was intended to send a strong message, not only to the shop, but also to other suppliers, warning them against any collaboration with the authorities. Shortly after, messages continue to come from Murad.
Sir, I am currently in Amsterdam to have a joint and calm down a bit. Is it possible for me to return the car early tomorrow morning? I will park it and walk back home as I have the keys to the other car with me.
After relaxing, Murad returns the vehicle to the rental company at the end of the contract on September the 10th without realizing that the Citroën was equipped with a GPS track and trace device, which will later provide additional evidence of his involvement. Following the assassination operation, doubts arose about the precise identification of the target. However, Murad, consulting online information, confirmed with certainty that it was indeed the intended target.
Yes, it was him, wearing a green polo shirt and jeans.
A double check is made by looking at the photos published on the internet after the mission.
If you see the green polo shirt in this photo, it's accurate, but do you want me to go check to be sure? Actually, I don't need to look. It's the man that Ali pointed out to me, but I'll go check just in case. It's him, sir. I checked.
The sufferings endured by Ronald's family are of immeasurable magnitude, beyond words. For years, his loved ones remained in the dark about the reason for his elimination, until the disclosure of messages from Enetcom phone company's servers shed light on the underlying motive. Regarding one of the watchmen, Murad, during the police search on February 3, 2016, a fishing rod was found. Sport pants, discovered in his room, bore similarities to those worn by the individual in the video footage. During the trial, he claimed occasional fishing activities, including in Nurhain. Regardless of his statement, he cannot escape his 15-year prison sentence for complicity. As for the masterminds, it will take much more time to track them down, as we are only at the beginning of reconstructing a massive puzzle, amidst which tensions continue to escalate gradually.